And we have the next Premier of Ontario.
Warm welcome. Thank you very much, my friends. Thanks for coming out so early. Well, you've seen what's happened in our province over the last 15 years. You've seen our debt grow to be the largest, this is a world record that we shouldn't be proud of, the largest subnational debt in the entire world. That's $311 billion. Actually, it's jumped up to $312 billion a year. That's $12 billion of your hard-earned tax dollars going to pay for this debt. It has tripled. Just think of that. It has tripled since the Wynne Liberals took power 15 years ago. That's $12 billion. $12 billion of your hard-earned tax dollars that could be going to hospitals, could be going to infrastructure, could be going to families with children with autism, could be going to our highways. That's $12 billion absolutely wasted. And I can tell you, Kathleen Wynne has zero respect for the taxpayers. Myself, Jim, all the other great candidates that are running, that's coming to an end. It's coming to an end on June the 7th. The grassroots people of this province are going to finally have a say. Right on. They're going to have a very loud voice. They're going to be able to voice their opinion, and they're going to be heard. As we've crisscrossed this province, from Ottawa to Kenora down to Windsor and everything in between, we're hearing the same message. The message that they're tired of the Wynne Liberals gouging them. As I say, you put your hand in your right pocket, you have Kathleen Wynne in your right pocket. You put your hand in your left pocket, you have Justin Trudeau in your other pocket. The Liberals think they're going to hoodwink the people one more time. They have the $1 billion ads going out and going after us, but that's all right. They aren't going to hoodwink the people of Ontario anymore. They aren't going to think that they're smarter than the people. Because make no mistake about it, they truly believe they can outsmart all of us one more time. They believe that the people work for the government. Well, we have a different philosophy. We believe in empowering the people. The government works for the people, not the other way around. Every single time you open your hydro bill, and look at your hydro bill, the highest in North America. So not only is it hurting every single person, and when I talk to people, just the other day, yesterday actually, lady came up and saying, I can't afford to pay my hydro bill. I can't afford my rent. It breaks your heart. And what breaks your heart even more is the mentality at Hydro One. And under the Wynne Liberals, the same mentality is who cares? We're going to continue jacking up the hydro cost. Hydro One went to the OEB, tried to get another rate increase. It's staggering. But even worse, after going and getting slapped down by the OEB, Ontario Energy Board, to increase their rates again, they went ahead and gave themselves massive bonuses. And we looked at what the folks from Alberta are making, who run their hydro facility, BC, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Quebec, and we found something out. We found something out that was pretty staggering. As I was hammering away, they finally came out with their salaries. And we found out that every single person that runs the hydro facility for different provinces was making about $450,000 to $550,000, $450,000 to $550,000. But the person running our hydro facility was making $4.5 million. But not only that, all his executives were making $2 million, $1.5 million, so on and so forth. To add insult to injury, what they did when they know companies are struggling, small businesses are struggling, people are struggling. When you're struggling to pay your hydro bills, the fat cats are sitting there writing checks to bonus themselves out. There's a very clear message. They won't be writing any more checks after June the 7th for themselves. The only checks that will be written is back to the taxpayers. Back to the taxpayers when we reduce the hydro rates and we start sending a message to all the fat cats, as I call them, making hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars off the taxpayers. It's a message that the party's over with the taxpayers' money. It is done. Our healthcare system is broken. We call it hallway healthcare. When you go to the hospital, and I'm not too sure how it is in Cornwall, but you go to a hospital, it's, you know, you're waiting 5, 6, 7 hours from the people I talk to. And the shame is we have the greatest doctors in the world, the greatest nurses in the entire world, right here in Ontario, but they've been under attack by the Liberal government for endless years. Endless. They're going around without even a contract. And when I talk to our doctors, and again, I tell you they are the greatest doctors in the world, they're frustrated. They're absolutely frustrated. Nothing is worse than having a politician at Queen's Park try to tell the doctors how to run the hospital. Nothing is worse than telling our great nurses, and I got to tell you, I got a soft spot for nurses. I absolutely love nurses. And you don't realize it until you're in the hospital, staying over there with what I did with Rob, and you see how they operate. They're under massive stress. Massive stress. But the most frustrating thing is, they told me, is they aren't being listened to. So we're going to take a different approach. These are all common sense approaches. Let the doctors tell us the best way to deliver health care. Let the nurses tell us the best way to deliver health care. And they have some of the greatest ideas. I met with so many doctors, so many nurses. They're the ones that say, Doug, we can run it more efficiently. This is the way we do it. We can reduce wait lines. So we put together a team of doctors, a team of nurses. They're coming up with great ideas to deliver better health care, because health care is the #1 issue. Without your health, you're done. And we all know that. Every single one of us have had a loved one, a family member in a hospital. They just want good health care, which we can provide. But most importantly, we're going to start listening. And I have a message for the doctors and the nurses and the frontline healthcare workers. Health is on its way, but most importantly, we're going to start listening. Talked to a lot of seniors across this province. Dental care is a massive issue. It's a big, big issue. The cost of dental care is massive. These are the areas that we're going to jump in. We're going to take care of the seniors' dental care. The seniors built this city, this town here, and other cities. Seniors built the province. They built the country. It's about time we start giving back to the seniors. Supporting them. Friends, our education system, again, is broken. We know it's broken when we see the longest college strike in Ontario's history, 5 weeks, and 26,000 never went back to school. That's 26,000 students that have lost a year. We look at our grade 6 math students, half of them haven't hit the provincial standards. We're at 50%. And that's a shame. An absolute shame. And it's not the teacher's fault, by the way. You know, teachers are great. You sit down with the teachers, the same story. Doug, we want to deliver great education, but we're being told by someone in Queen's Park how to deliver education. And the people at Queen's Park are usually politicians, never taught anything in his entire life, telling us, again, how to teach our kids in the classroom. Going back to the common sense approach, my friends. We're going back to listening to the teachers, getting great ideas from the teachers on how to deliver proper education. And let's go back to the basics. Let's go back to math, reading, you know, the standards. Because owning a company, I had one person come in, and I just did the old, you know, simple, they thought I was crazy when I asked them. I said, what's 7 times 7? This person graduated from high school, couldn't tell me what 7 times 7 was, looking for their calculator. Just basic math. June the 7th. June the 7th, we're going to bring prosperity to this province. We're going to blaze a new trail of prosperity, opportunity, and hope that this province has never seen before. We're going to reduce taxes, put money back into your pocket instead of the government's pocket. We're going to help small businesses thrive. We're going to help large businesses thrive, because right now a lot of the large businesses are looking at the situation here and they're saying we have red tape regulation, we have the highest hydro costs in North America, we have the highest taxes, and then they're going to throw the worst tax you could ever put on the people, not of just Ontario, of Canada, and that is a carbon tax. The carbon tax is a terrible tax. I don't even know why they put the word carbon in front of it, because it's a tax. It's a tax on every single item that we have. Farmers, the greenhouse growers, carbon tax. You'd never think of it. But every single item is produced with carbon. They're going to put almost 5 cents a liter onto the gas. And that's critical. All delivery costs will go up. We're getting rid of that. We're going to make sure that we reduce the gas prices, not put the burden of tax on the back of the taxpayers. We're going to make sure that our companies are competitive and can thrive in the world economy now. Because it's not about competing against the company down the street any longer. It's about competing about companies south of the border and around the world. We have the brightest and smartest people in the entire world right here in Ontario. And I always say government doesn't create jobs. Government creates the environment to create jobs. And we will make sure we create the environment for this province to thrive like you've never seen before. I'm sure a lot in the crowd remember we were the engine of Ontario. We were driving Canada. I'm sorry, the engine of Canada, I apologize. The engine of Canada. We were driving the rest of the country. Right now, we're a have-not province. Yeah. Isn't that sad? Isn't it sad? We have all the tools. We have the natural resources. But the bureaucracy and red tape these companies have to get through to try to get their companies to work is staggering. I went and visited a recycling facility, a small family-owned company. Started up, and he told me, and this is a very environmentally friendly company, recycles everything from rubber tires to drywall to wood, anything that came in. It took him 7 years. 7 years to get through the red tape and bureaucracy of the provincial government. It took him $1 million, every single penny, and he borrowed from his family and his parents and everything, $1 million to get through the red tape and bureaucracy to open up a recycling company. He had another site. He had another site, approximately a couple hours away, 30 acres. He said, "Doug, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to." And it's a small company, 30 people. But remember, 85% of the people are employed by small companies. He says, "I'm not going to bother doing it. I don't have the $1 million, and I'm not going through 7 years. I don't have the time." That is going to change. That is going to change to make sure we support these small businesses. Please, 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 help us change this province. Help us change our province to be the greatest area to live, work, and play here in Ontario. Together, we can change this province. Together, we will get rid of Kathleen Wynne. And together, we'll make this the most prosperous region in the entire world. Thank you.